Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everyone? TJ here, Farah.
Hey,
Also, we have Karen with us. Hi, Karen.
Hello. Hi,
amazing.
guys.
Hey, Karen, how's it going?
Good.
We're super, super happy to have you with us and to kickstart this fantastic partnership with such a cool Amy. So, just briefly, let me talk about myself. My name is Tariq Jasser. I'm digital marketing manager here at MYCO. MYCO is the world's first Web3 streaming platform.
Awesome. My name is Ryan Rivera. I'm the head of crypto operations for MYCO. Everything on the blockchain side, I oversee. So that's my role here at MYCO.
Yeah, guys,
Karen?
thanks for having me.
You want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, tell us about
Yeah.
yourself, Karen.
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm Karen, head of social for 9gag. If you don't know what 9gag is, 9gag started as 9gag.com 14 years ago, which I'm sure a lot of people in my generation grew up with. So that's really where the OG memes were born, where memes were not even called memes back then, which is like photos. And then we went into social. So right now we have 58 million followers on Instagram, and we collaborated with a lot of creators and celebrities. So over a year ago, we stepped into Web3 and launched our own NFT collections as Meme Land. So we have 3 collections right now, which are the real MVP, the potatoes, and the captain. So yeah, that's the nutshell, I guess. Thanks for
Man,
having me,
that's
guys.
amazing. That's amazing.
I love the crypto section on your page. The memes on there are hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, like it wasn't as big of a section, but I guess like over the years, like it really grew.
Yeah.
So I guess like it also comes with the popularity of crypto as well. So like it became like a sort of like a trending section.
Yeah, now as we were talking in the office, like we were just talking about, that's the place where we used to share funny pictures to show our friends,
Yeah.
and I think it's, for people my age, it's part of our, childhood growing up. So,
sure.
yeah, right now my childhood self is like, I mean, I'm super excited anyways, but, my childhood self is very excited for this.
Honestly, just like a quick secret, I am still a 9gagger. So I haven't grown up, maybe. I don't know.
Thanks for the support.
No, it's a beautiful community, and just even a bit about MyCo. So MyCo, as I mentioned, we are the world first Web3 streaming platform. We are here to support the viewers and the creators as well, but mainly the revolution that we've brought into this industry, which, as you know, the media industry has been static since a very long time. So what we've brought in is the chance to monetize the viewers. So you as a viewer, me as a viewer, all of us are viewers. Once we start consuming content or engage with it, we immediately start earning.
Yeah, it's amazing because content, I mean, I'm sure you guys know, it touches every country, religion, culture. Everyone's viewing content. Everyone's on their phones, and no one's rewarding the viewer, the end user of the of the ecosystem.
Yep.
Which, with blockchain and Web3 in general, that's where the world's moving. So, we're the world's first, and I think we're going to grow. Hopefully, we get to the size of 9gag someday. But let's see. Let's keep building.
That's exciting. And the beauty about our platform is that, of course, first of all, it's available on both app stores.
Mm-hmm.
So be it on Google Play Store or iOS Store, you can easily go download it and enjoy it from your very first view, as we always say. But then it's not only about the experience that we provide our users, but it's also about the content.
Right.
So we are a content company at the end of the day. We produce original content, which
Yep.
is, we recently launched our blockchain live series, which is, it's a huge production done in collaboration with Villain Studios, where, we explore the blockchain live
Right.
and the different elements there.
It has some big names in it too, like Ice Cube's featured in it.
Yeah.
We have a film coming out with CZ Vitalik is in it. We had the president of El Salvador, Peter McCormick from What Bitcoin Did podcast, which is pretty big. So there's a lot of notable names. I watched one that I didn't watch the screening to, and it has Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis in it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
It surprised me.
Yeah.
It's
And wait for the next episodes that are gonna be released.
yeah.
So we're aiming to release the final part of the series towards end of March, April. That's going to be really big,
Awesome.
featuring the big names that majority of them you just mentioned. So,
Right. Awesome.
yeah. So not only this, not only on the original side of production, but we also produce. We also have the section which is similar to 9gag, and you guys, what you're doing is extremely amazing, which is focusing on the user-generated content. Within our platform, we also provide any person the ability to become a creator.
Right.
So you don't need to have industrial level media production. You can easily start with your phone or with your camera or your mic, start creating your content and upload it. And the advantage, Ryan, I think, and Karen, I'm not sure if you know, is that whatever content you share or consume, you get the possibility to earn from your very, very first view. So you don't need to wait for X amount of subscribers, X amount of watch hours, you immediately start earning. Yeah.
That's amazing, guys.
Awesome.
In a nutshell, I think maybe I spoke too much. Sorry in advance. Maybe I'll give it a bit to you, Karen. Maybe a little bit. We can discuss what do you think of the content industry overall.
Yeah, sure. I think, well, like you said, I think a lot of people started to become part of the creator community. I think especially over the years of pandemic, a lot of people were locked inside their home, and then a lot of people we saw became a creator because they got nothing to do, or maybe unfortunately they lost their jobs, and we saw a lot of creativity being produced at home, which was amazing. So I think slowly coming out of the pandemic, we have a lot more new creators in the scene. So I think, like you said, it's just easier to produce your own content now, and everyone sort of had their own freedom to choose what platforms they want to be at. People probably be on multiple platforms these days as a creator. So I guess as a platform owner, like you guys or us, we do want to provide that platform for people to shine and to have that exposure and to grow. So yeah, I guess we all play sort of an important role into growing creators as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And it seems like each place for people to make content and to view their content is a little bit different. And for us, we feel that there's just a massive gap of creators out there that aren't earning or monetized for their content. I know our viewers aren't monetized anywhere for their content. You look at a channel like YouTube, like you mentioned, you have to have so many watch hours and subscribers before you're monetized. So that means there's a massive gap of creators that aren't rewarded for their effort and their creativity they put out into the world. And then there's things like Instagram that doesn't really generate ad revenue, and everyone's doing sponsors. That's how they generate money there. So it's just a different idea for people to earn based on their content and their amazing ideas.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to have a career as a creator too. I mean, in this environment. Yeah.
Exactly, and to add to your point, a fun fact, 95% of people who really start their YouTube channel, they give up before they monetize.
Yeah.
So imagine the amount of content, the amount of possibilities that the world of entertainment is losing, be it educational, entertainment, or whatever.
Right.
Just because it's extremely difficult. We are inside of us, I think, in this age, we are all content creators. We all like to create content.
Right.
We all want to go viral. We all want to be heard, right?
Yeah.
So this is why I believe that platforms like ours as MYCO, we provide this place for creators to start monetizing, and they monetize, by the way, from your very first view. So you don't need to wait. You don't need to, even although Ryan, I think you're going to touch base on the tokenomics and the monetization,
of course.
But it's going to be your helping hand as you grow in your content creation.
What's crazy is I even watched a video, I don't know, a couple months ago, and they were interviewing children, and they were like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And most of them said influencers, content creators. It's crazy that generation, the Gen Z or whatever comes after them, That's their focus. It's no longer like, oh, athlete, this, that, that. They want to be influencers and creators. So, that market's growing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think our place is very critical for us to showcase to these people that they can do it. So imagine how many people lost their dreams, how many people stopped chasing their dream to become a content creator just because of the funding or the monetization barrier.
Right.
This is where MYCO, I believe, comes in and provides them as a content creator, but above all as a viewer, which is the majority of the people.
Yeah.
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 So Ryan, would you like to take us quickly about tokenomics?
Yeah, I can tell you because of course, like as mentioned, we have the streaming platform, the content platform, but it's truly a Web3 platform because it's tokenized with digital asset, the cryptocurrency. The way it works is, I'll start with the cryptocurrency itself. So on decentralized exchange, every buy and sell wallet-to-wallet transaction, there's a 10% tax. 4% of that tax goes into a wallet called the Content Creators Fund. That's what we used for funding and making our own content. We do seed funding as well for people that have great ideas, and then we use it within the ecosystem of the platform. And to move to the platform, like let's take YouTube for example. So YouTube, the way it works, and this is to your point where you have to have like 1,000 watch hours, so many subscribers for your monetized. What they do is with ad revenue. So ad revenue, YouTube pays the creator 55%, but YouTube as a platform keeps the rest as profit. Our idea is, of course, as you've said before, to reward people on their very first view, but also to pay creators 65%, so a better rate than YouTube. And then that 35% that's left over, we shift that to the viewer. So from a business model, we're not earning off of someone else's content and someone else's community. We're only making money off of our own content that we make, content we acquire for the platform, which is pretty amazing. And what ties the ecosystem back to the cryptocurrency is anything that we make from the Content Creators Fund, films, whole series, big movies, whatever revenue we generate, we take 50% of that revenue, we buy back our own token, and we burn it, which means we take it out of the supply. That creates scarcity, that makes the price go up. So if you're invested, based on the success of the content you're holding within the crypto asset grows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even, recently we launched the live streaming format, where we streamed the cricket series between India and Bangladesh.
Right.
And actually it was about 3 weeks ago, just before New Year, where we distributed back to the viewers their rewards from watching the series. And I really suggest that you guys go and Google the amount, but I'm gonna tell you it's $28,000 plus worth of M content tokens shared to all the viewers who tuned in during the cricket series. This is revolutionary, just not only from the point of, okay, we are rewarding the viewers, but it's about bringing sport, which is a huge category, into the Web3 venue and providing people the ability to watch and enjoy their favorite teams playing, but at the same time earn.
And even if you think of something, if we're going to talk about live streaming, I mean, the leader right now is Twitch, and so for people who are streaming and playing games on Twitch, I mean, they have tons of viewership, and none of those viewers are rewarded. They're actually tipping or giving money to their favorite creator, their favorite streamer, but there's still no ad revenue in place. They just, pay the big creators and partnerships, but there's still a massive amount of people who stream out there with low viewership that aren't earning. They're just hoping for that donation, because you watch videos even on YouTube, they'll get a $100 donation and they start crying. If there's ad revenue generated from, people just watching you, I mean, that opens up a whole, business and start of a community for even someone streaming video games. I mean, it's crazy what can happen in this space. It's really exciting to be building this and be the first ones doing it.
Yeah, and I'm extremely excited to have you, Karen, with us. Sorry, we've been talking a lot.
Yeah, we've just been talking about ourselves, Karen.
I feel like when you guys are creating something that's completely new, and I mean, like full respect to, we also as a creator, I think that's very exciting for the creator scene as well to be able to, test out different platforms. And I think like we, as creator, we're always bounded by the platform rules, right? So, there's always a pain for creators on platforms that you have to play by those rules. So yeah.
Yeah. And talking about creators, maybe, usually it's Ryan who spills the beans. So I think this time I'm going to do it myself.
Okay.
And go a bit, talk about, I'm sure our community and just maybe we haven't welcomed the new guys in the stream. So welcome everyone who joined us, who's your first time to join our AMAs. We want to talk about this amazing partnership. So this partnership has been in the cooking for a pretty long time, and I really want to give a huge shout out to Tawfiq for all his support and on building this great milestone for us as MYCO, and I hope that it is also for 9GAG in terms of adding value. So maybe Karen, let's talk a bit about what we have in mind for the content creation. The content creations.
1 second. I was told that we needed to take a quick break just for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We have one big podcast space. We moved it, and it's booked right now with someone filming a podcast. We moved everything into the smaller space. So, technical issues happen sometimes, but I'm excited to get back into this conversation with 9GAG and Karen for hosting us.
So Karen, let's go back. Maybe you want to talk about this content creator partnership, what we have in mind. Otherwise, I'm going to definitely say everything. So.
Yeah, we want to keep a surprise, I guess. But I'm really excited that we're going to collaborate and trying to almost like discovering new creators as well for us. So we'll partner up to, in the coming up giveaway where creators get to submit their own work, and then we'll select the best ones, and the winners will be featured on 9GAG. So hopefully we get to meet some new creators too,
Awesome. And I bet it's pretty amazing, and I bet pretty funny that when you get an influx of people sending you their creations, there have to be some that are like pretty wild, like with your community. That's
yeah,
yeah,
for sure. I mean, like over the years, like I guess like we were really lucky to work with a lot of creators, and we usually work with them when they were not even huge. I mean,
right.
Now there are some people that are like millions of followers, but my satisfaction in this job is to work with these creators and see them grow with us, and usually they will come back and be like, oh my god, like we grew so much followers and all thanks to the 9GAG feature, but like we really do like appreciate the work, and it's a win-win situation for both of us where the creators get to grow and then we get to find the good work and get that work that the exposure it deserves. So yeah, it's
That's
a really
awesome.
fun job.
That sounds very rewarding, actually.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like when you do it day to day, it's like that's the challenge, right? I mean, I'm
Right.
sure it is the same for you guys.
Yeah. And honestly, just I was introduced to so many content creators through 9GAG. So the concept that you guys have of resharing and shouting out to these unique content creators gives us as users and gives them as creators a very beautiful platform that really allows them to shine. And this is what we are trying to build here at MYCO, by the way. So we currently have over 400 content creators who are part of our content creators pool. And very soon we're going to collaborate with some of the amazing content creators from 9GAG part and come up with something extremely unique.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hopefully. Yeah.
You guys will have to watch our socials, 9GAG socials, to find out more info about what's happening. But get your creative minds ready to make something, because it can be big. Like if you're selected, imagine your content on our platform on 9GAG. I mean, that's instant. Millions of eyes on your creation, which is huge.
I mean, like creators come from everywhere. So I
Right.
mean, like sometimes we are surprised by, the creativity from different countries. So I think working with, you guys like get to broaden our creators pool as well. So really excited.
I like when I find good creations, especially with people making film or short documentaries on people who make this really creative piece for almost no budget. That's what I like the most. I think it's like really amazing. It's all about the story and whatever they're making being so captivating. I like that the most personally.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like creativity is just like it's just surprise you. Like it's not bounded by the budget and the equipment. I mean, like sometimes I do appreciate even with your phone, like what you can do with just one phone. So yeah, like that will be something that I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and regards to like, I know you guys have a massive, massive community. Maybe you can give like the viewers tips on, how to grow a community or, things to do that may help them out on their journey.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think for us is we spend a lot of time on Web 2 and then we just started on Web 3 and then it's a very different type of community building. And I think like when we're talking about Web 2 with that many years of experience, I think we do see a lot of success like when you're collaborating with other people. So being a platform or other creators, like you get to the more you collab with others, the more you grow and the more inspiration you can get from others. So you're basically, reaching out to similar type of people, audience, while you're collaborating. So that's number one. And then the second part is we're quite proud to say like, we always experiment with different formats and trends because it's like something that it's like a nonstop practice every day for us. Like it's, really trying to see what works and what's not and not hung up on the failures.
Right.
So if you're on our Instagram, you'll see like, oh, there's so many different kinds of formats and content we'll be testing every day. So it's like a nonstop thing. And I think the hardest part is not actually creating the content, but really keeping that passion going on and finding inspiration and creating something that's always fresh. So I think that's like when it becomes a job, I know a lot of creators really trying to have a career as a creator, and that's like so almost sustaining that as a career as well. So that's the hard part, and I understand the pain of creating every day. And also
go ahead.
go on, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean the last part for Web 2 is like I said before, it's like understanding the rules of the game, like and be able to sustain yourself and finding your audience like where they are, and are you be able to support yourself and your life, because I know it's hard to creators do have to eat too, like
Right.
I think that's the fair share of pain for all creators around the world. Like, do you be able to have a career out of this? And then when we talk about Web3 is like completely different, right? So I think my personal experience is that you have to be personal, you have to be like almost having like a one-on-one interaction with the community.
Right.
And our whole team basically put ourselves out there, and because in that Web3 environment, we need that transparency. And we always have like regular events, like we have town halls, we have AMAs, we have draws and giveaways just to make the community excited. So it's a very different type of community building strategy for two different worlds. Yeah.
Right. Just so my follow-up thoughts on like you mentioned like the Web 2 side and putting content out there every day. It has to be so difficult to plan content when your contents are trying to catch trends that may even last, such a short amount of time.
For sure.
Like it has to be so difficult.
yeah.
I mean, like I personally think that if you, I work with these creators and sometimes we do talk about like, oh, what are the trends? But I think trends are very short-lived, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the longer game is to really establish yourself as a creator, and you have your own style. And if you can catch on the trends, and if you can do that, then you can do it for fun. But the trends is not going to last, you know, or sustain you as a creator forever, right? So it's impossible to catch on trends every single day. So I think like it's important to really lay out the foundation of you as a creator first, and have that unique style that your audience really enjoy and really rule for you, rather than you catch on trends like every day, because that's just not sustainable.
I see. Kind of build your own base of your own style, and hope you catch one of these trends to bring in the users to learn about your channel and what you are.
Yeah,
very
And I had actually one point to add to you, Karen, about Web3 giving the ability to creators to monetize their content, but it also gives them something which I believe is very important, which is the ownership of this content.
Right.
So be it through NFTs or be it through any other form, Web3 provides creators not only the monetization, but also provides them with the ownership, which is critical in a world where intellectual property is in the middle of nowhere now. It's not clear. So yeah.
No, I think that's really interesting, like what you guys are building here, because you guys are also giving a say to the audience as well, so which really creates like an ecosystem that sustains itself. So I think that would, I'm really excited to see like where you guys are heading towards, and probably this is going to be our content world in the next couple of years, right?
Yeah, and then we can be those people that look back and be like, oh, you remember when we were on that 9gag AMA?
Exactly.
Well, or be like, oh, remember like back then when YouTube needs like how many subscribers to start a monetization? It is an old sort of business model, right? Like,
right.
It's been for years, like it's been there, and I think like it's time to revolutionize
and I think
other business works.
And I think it's very difficult for these older business models. I mean, you guys are doing it successfully, but like things like YouTube or take any platform out there, moving into Web3, you're rewarding more people, so it's cutting into their profit margin and their revenue. So they're not really up for it. But us starting out and building something on the Web3 side is, I think that's the key to be successful, because people at the top who are making their money, they're not going to want to change their business model.
Yeah, and also like having advertisers as the it's a very Web 2 kind of business model where advertiser supports a lot of the business. So having that taken out and have a whole Web 3 community, like what would that be like? That's something down the line we'll probably see in a couple of years.
Yeah, it's the whole space is changing so quickly. It's exciting, honestly.
For sure. Yeah.
And I think we are lucky to be part of the very first companies or the very first projects that really took this into hand. I remember, by the way, Karen, I just read the news today. There is some updates on the Beirut blast that happened about 2 years ago. It came to my mind that one of the things that I'm extremely proud of, and this was our founder Omer Masoum idea, which was when we have created this documentary about what the tragic event that happened in Beirut, we gave our community the choice to name it.
Yeah.
So we ran multiple polls, we asked them what should we name it, and then we followed their choice. So, which I believe this is a success to decentralization and DAO.
And we have even some more amazing ideas when it comes to content and the platform itself, with community and what happens with it coming even this year in the new future that we're really excited about too.
Yeah, hopefully you get to choose your own endings,
Yeah, well,
get the audience involved.
I feel like you might have some insider knowledge. Have you been talking to someone?
Even, or get them to cast like whoever the celebrity is going to be in the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, do you have anything else to add, Karen, or anything you want to share with our community?
No, I think, well, I guess like the last words would be like, I think people will need to, keep them stay tuned on like what the other platforms are building for Web3 community and the content space, because I think this is the time where everything starts to change, and this is where we get to challenge the big players, and how content works, how creators works. It will change the scene. So I really truly believe like this is the year of really creating something new.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From my side, I forgot to wish you and wish all of our community a happy new year. So it's the year of the rabbit. So happy new year for that. And thank you for coming just right after the break and joining us in this AMA. I believe, what we have together is big. I really hope I can say more, but please stay tuned. And Ryan, if I say anything, just close the stream.
Yeah, that's usually me saying too much. Our community knows that I overshare stuff I shouldn't. So I'm very careful about what information. Sometimes they don't even tell me things.
Yeah. He came in white today.
Yeah, you need to stop leaking.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Please follow us on our socials to talk about this, to watch for this 9GAG partnership. We do giveaways. Our Telegram community is pretty awesome with some great people there with information. You can check us out in both app stores, MYCO, MYCO.io, web-based. It's a great place for information, and also the streaming platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys
start
so much.
earning, guys. Download the app. Start your very first step into becoming a creator, and you never know what happens, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Karen, thank you so much from all of my heart. Thank you for being with us. It was a real pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Peace out.